Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Hyman! Welcome to the Boss Health Matters podcast, where we fight soul management and higher divine management. Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health.
We're opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
We're opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! The phone lines are open, it's a call-in show. 1855 now, boss! That's 1855-669-267. Comma and live, boss! Quantum Health! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health! Awareness without action is wasted faith. The divine designed you to lead, not wait.
This is the Boss Health Matters podcast, where the body is the boardroom, the soul runs the company, and the divine is the CEO. We don't guess, we detect and correct. You're tuned into the Boss Health Matters podcast. What's up, everybody? It's the Quantum Health Boss. We're up here on the Boss Health Matters podcast. It's a very special podcast. Why? Because you just witnessed the new song. The new song, I don't know how long it's going to stay, but this is a call-in show. Remember, it's 1-855-669-2677. That's 1-855 now boss. Remember, you can call in anytime. We want to hear from you. If you want to share in this story, you got a story. If you just want to get with one of our guests, we have a guest coming up, transformational coach. Definitely, he knows how to hypnotize. But as I was saying, the beginning of the show, we have a new theme song. And that theme song was made from AI. Yeah. I just made a couple of prompts and pushed the button a few times until I got something that was proper. And I think it came together pretty good. So I'm definitely looking for your guys' opinion on the theme song and if it should stay or it should go. But I'm definitely working on some other variations. And I do have some other variations that I'll be playing. And you'll definitely hear during commercials and outros and stuff like that. But if you are starting a business, don't have a business, and want to start a business and not using AI, I highly suggest that you watch this show right to the end. Why? Because you might learn something, and you can definitely join up with the Quantum Health Boss in my community, where we're going to be doing AI once a week on Thursdays to help you learn more about it, and also maybe make your business go a lot further. If you've been watching me on social media, you've been seeing AI, and my next guest has been all about that AI. I've been seeing him all over, but he's a hypnotist, behavioral strategist. But I believe he's AI subconsciously training his algorithm. And we're going to bring him out here to architect and command and see what we can get the framework together with. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic, and happy Sunday here. Happy Sunday, everybody. So just really being safe out here. I know as far as where a lot of individuals that they may or may not be impacted by the storm, but if you are, I'm just wishing for everybody to be safe, and also that you were able to take the proper precautions as well. So I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, so I know definitely along the East Coast we're bracing for that. So there you go.
Are you do you got any snow, or just like ice and rain and
Actually, earlier it was rain and snow. Now it's just a lot of rain. And the fear is, as far as in the morning, because the temperature in the morning is going to be about 13 degrees, which is
yeah?
going to turn to be ice, which is going to be very dangerous as far as on the road. So,
Well, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody your name, because I never did, and tell everybody a little bit more about yourself that I never did.
yeah, sure. You know what? This is a beautiful thing because I interview a lot of guests, but to be a guest myself was always very refreshing. So, just to let you guys know, my name is Shawn A. White. I am the founder and creator of the brand in which that you see on screen, which is called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. And with that, it's a threefold brand in which I'm a speaker, a coach, also a hypnotherapist practitioner as well. So that gives me the ability to be able to work with my clients and also partners on a much more deeper level by using the power of the subconscious mind. And hopefully, if the opportunity, I'll be able to explain a little bit more than that. But also, too, I'm a radio and TV personality with SBN, the Small Business Network. I wear many different hats, but ultimately, I am here. Uh, like to consider myself being a change agent, a connector, if you will, and even a guide as well. So, just very excited as far as to be on the show, and let's get this thing rocking and rolling, my friend.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, Shawn. And yeah, we definitely hooked up, and I was supposed to be on your show first, but you're on my show first. Either way, I'm going to get on to yours. But we're definitely on a very sensitive topic here when it comes to AI, because I've been in some rooms and you put out something AI and you got a couple of people saying, "Hey, that looks cool," and then you got a couple of people that are going to the back of the room and they're saying, "Oh, that's very scary to them," right?
Mhm, mhm.
And I've been seeing a little bit on your social media, you starting to use AI in your business. And let me just ask you, like, how did that start out for you? When did you start using it, and how comfortable did you feel?
Yeah, so that's definitely a great question. With AI, I believe I started using it more likely in, I would say, August or September. And like most people that may not be familiar with AI, in the beginning, I was just like everybody else, right? Trying to figure it out. Like, oh man, this is kind of scary. I had thoughts of like, well, what about if this replaces as far as on what I'm currently doing, right? Most of us know, and we have heard of this for quite some time, that AI was definitely going to be, the next wave. And as you see, AI is not going anywhere. But I like this quote that I heard when I was on a particular segment. And the gentleman, he said this very eloquently. He said that AI doesn't beat HI. AI doesn't beat HI. What is the HI? That's the human intelligence. So AI, and I want you all to think about this. AI, it gives you the ability to formulate ideas, to come up with different concepts, different projects. If you're a speaker, is able to help you craft a message in a fraction of the time than as opposed if you were to do it on your own. AI has a lot of great benefits to it. However, it will never ever replace the human intelligence. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is this: you use AI for your business to help formulate or create a different strategy, concept, product, service, whatever the case is. The human intelligence, the human touch, is that you still want to use this, right? Because This came first before artificial intelligence. Thus, when you're using the AI along with the human intelligence, the soul, the person, the emotion, now you can make beautiful music together. And so the way that I use AI is that it allows me to formulate different courses. It allows me to formulate different concepts or strategies. If you go on my page, you'll notice I'll do like certain images or certain things for training, because I want that to not be so much of a scary thing, but rather it can be a guide, and it's going to help me and also my partners and future clients as well be able to get like tremendous results in a fraction of a time. But if you come to it saying like, oh, well, no, I'm not messing with that because I don't want it to go ahead and take over, and now I'm out of business, or I'm out of, or if I'm out of a job, right? If you come with that mindset, then I hate to say it, but you're already behind the 8 ball. And so by the time that you really get an understanding, it can be like a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, because AI is always evolving. But the more, if you tell yourself and you constantly playing that back into your mind, oh, AI is scary, AI is dangerous, then believe me, in the next year or so, you will be obsolete. Period. Whether at your job or in your business. So it behooves you to learn about artificial intelligence. And I just believe it's been out for the longest time, but it's just accessible now as far as to the consumer on a regular basis. But in my opinion, it's been out for years. That's just my personal opinion. I could be right. I could be dead wrong. I could be totally dead wrong in off base.
I think it's been out for decades personally. I think it's been out for decades personally, but I just want to invite everybody, if you don't know, the number is down here on the screen, 1-855-669-2677. That's 1-855-669-2677. If you have a question for any of us about AI, how we're using it, how you could use it in your business, we definitely want to know. But I want to move on to AI and the soul, because we've been talking about that we need to be basically the soul of the AI instead of the AI running us, right?
Correct.
And you know how to hypnotize people. So basically, what is the ultimate form of mass hypnotism to hypnotize the AI? Like, basically, I started to basically tell my AI, like, when it started to give me like bad prompts, instead of like asking nicely, say, hey, can you like, stop doing this and stop doing that? I started to be the boss and says, yo, if you keep on giving me this can't happen, right? We need to start remembering, save this into memory. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. No, you're not telling me how to do it. I'm telling you what I want. What do you think?
That is 1,000% correct, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because with AI, will only do exactly on what you want it to do. So one of the things that I'm learning, because I'm still learning about AI, is that it's basically it patterns to your voice, to your personality, how the way you think and operate. So if you come to AI, and one of the things I'm learning, you have to be very specific with your commands. Too many people, I think, when they use AI, they'll use it for like something simple to create like a picture or maybe something funny, whatever the case, right? That's surface level beginner stuff. But if I was to come and say, such as for an example, and for me personally, my AI, it has a name. So I'll say, Antoine, great day. And then it'll read back to me and it'll say, hello, Shawn, how's everything going? And I'll say, fantastic. Antoine, I'm working on a project which is going to be an introduction to beginners for hypnosis. I would love for this to include some of the myths, some of the do's, and some of the don'ts. I would like for it to break it down from A to Z, and I want it simulated in the language that even a third grader can understand. I would like for it to have certain images which portrays a before and after an individual is hypnotized. What happens when your AI starts to develop that pattern from you? What happens now is stores it and it say, okay, great, I actually have it, and within a matter of moments, it pops up for you. Now, if you don't like it, then of course you can edify and modify it, right, according to your liking. But I love as far as on what you stated, you want for AI to work for you, not the other way around, because you still have to have the what, the HI, remember guys, the human intelligence aspect. If you allow for AI just to do everything for you and you just sit back and be lazy and be like, oh, okay, well, that's what the AI put up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and post it, or I'm going to go ahead and send it to this partner, or I'm going to send it to this organization. Then no, what are we doing? No, you don't do that. So remember, you have control of the technology and it is your friend. So to answer your question, how do you hypnotize it? It's all about the power of repetition. The more you use AI, whether you go to ChatGPT, Google Gemini, oh my gosh, there's so many different AI engines, right? The more that you use it, the more it gets the opportunity to know your patterns, your algorithm. Just like on social media, it's the same way with AI, but you have to be consistent with it. And you have to be very specific as well and very exact on what you want it to do for you. If not, it'll just spit out anything and you'll say, oh, okay, great. I guess that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want that, then you have to be very specific, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it sounds like to me that, it's either that we're training a partner or we're training our replacement.
Correct. That is correct. That is correct.
So we definitely want a partner and we don't want a replacement because there's going to be a lot of jobs on the brink very, very, very soon.
Also, too.
Yeah.
Also, too, I do want to chime in. I see a lot of individuals on social media, and I won't mention no names, but I've noticed, like, you can tell, right, as far as if something that's AI strictly driven, or if the individual took the time out to add their human touch or human intelligence to it. You can definitely tell, and trust me, your potential clients, your potential investors, partners, they see the same thing. So don't shoot yourself in the foot, if you will, by just allowing for artificial intelligence to take over completely, and you throw that out there and say, yep, that was me, that was all me. No, because guess what? A third grader could have did the exact same thing.
When AI doesn't work, what malfunctioning? It's the subconscious. So that's basically what you're saying, is that if you don't put some of you into it, it's malfunctioning and your subconscious is not going to relate.
Exactly.
And I think that's definitely a big nugget that we just got out of here. But I think 2026 is a big reality check that if you're not doing some sort of thing with AI, you're not training your AI. And if you're not training your AI, you're basically going to be replaced. And if you don't want to be replaced, you definitely need to subscribe with the Quantum Health Boss. But if you definitely want to know more about hypnotizing your AI and getting through your subconscious, like Shawn is there too. We speak to machines, mirrors, but are we really speaking to ourselves? Right? And how burned out entrepreneurs use AI to find peace and not pressure. I mean, yeah, we want we're busy, we got stuff to do. How do we get that balance of still having the flavor and making more content?
Yeah, that's a very great question, and that's one of the things that a lot of people, they would come to me saying that they would have like burnout, they don't have enough time, wherever have you. The reality is this, is that we all have enough time. 24 hours is more than enough time. What it is that, and this is something that I love to do, is that you have to have a strategy. You have to have a schedule, because no one is busy 24 hours a day straight. It's virtually impossible. Allow me to explain. You need about 7 to 8 hours to rest, correct? Correct. Okay. Now, if you have a 9 to 5 job, or if you work from home, that's another 8 hours, correct? Correct. So that's 16 hours, which basically means you have about 8 hours. Even if you were to tell me, well, Shawn, after that, I go to school, or I attend the home, to the kids, to the family. Okay, so you mean to tell me that takes you 8 whole hours just strictly dedicated to that? Absolutely not. So in theory, if you really break down your day, you will find that you do have pockets of time. But what happens is this: consciously, you're aware, because you're like, okay, yes, I know that obviously I'm not going to be busy 24 hours a day, right? Obviously, no one really is. And I know I have pockets of time to, be able to recharge, to rest, to think, to read, whatever the case. Subconsciously, because of the fact you've been in that mental loop for so long, sleep, work, spend time with family, doing X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, always on a go, 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 go. No wonder why a person feels burnt out, because subconsciously now it has imprinted that. And now anytime that you feel like, man, I really want to do this, I really want to do that, subconsciously is going to always bring back those memories or triggers, if you will, to validate, no, 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 Gregory, no, 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 Shawn, we are too busy. Remember the time when about 2 years ago, or remember 6 years ago when you was working on that project? Or, I got something else for you. Do you remember? You see where I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen? It becomes a mental cycle, if you will. And because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference on what's real or what's not, but only what you put it in. So now the question goes back to the original question: how do I be able to get this rest and relaxation? I would encourage you to do this. There's something which is called keystone habits. What do you mean keystone habits? What are you talking about? Keystone habits is that what you want to do is that you want to set a plan, a goal. If you're not able to get, let's say for instance, an hour or 2 hours within that 8-hour span of you not sleeping, of you not working, try about 30 minutes. Now, a person may be listening to this and be like, oh, 30 minutes? Well, I mean, yeah, anybody can do that, right? But I really want you to really focus on that. Do 30 minutes for about 2 weeks. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not asking you for 2 hours. I'm not asking you for 3 hours. I'm not asking you for 4 hours. Just 30 minutes for 2 weeks. Why am I saying just only 2 weeks? Because what happens is that now you're starting to reprogram your mind. You have that consciously of like, okay, well, 30 minutes. Shawn said, do 30 minutes a day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 30 minutes, either taking a nap, whether reading, whether listening to something positive. I don't care what it is. Just for 30 minutes for 2 weeks. What happens now is that there's something that's called mental programming or neural pathways that's being created in the brain. What you're doing is that you're basically training your brain that for 2 weeks, we're going to do 30 minutes a day. In the beginning, because of the fact you're rewiring, there's going to be a lot of resistance to your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is going to be coming at you like, hey, no, 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 no. I don't know about that. Remember, we're always busy, but you control on what goes into your mind. So your conscious mind is focused on that 30 minutes each day. You do that for about 2 weeks. Now, check this out. This is what happens. After the second week, now you go from 30 minutes to 1 hour. What happens now, you're rewiring the brain once again, because you did it for 2 weeks now for 30 minutes. So now you're bumping it up to 1 hour. You find that 1 hour within the 24-hour day, doesn't matter to me, but you find that 1 hour. Again, you are building those neural pathways, and what starts to happen now is that the subconscious mind, within a month span, this is scientifically proven, you don't even have to take my word on it, but it's scientifically proven that within 21 to 30 days, we now start to build a new habit. Your subconscious mind now starts to adopt that because it has known you for 2 weeks for having 30 minutes a day to have that rest and relaxation. Now you don't build it up to about 1 hour. So what happens now, your subconscious mind, the resistance drops down because you're doing it steadily. And the subconscious mind does not know on what's real and what's not, only from what you accept. So the subconscious mind is now saying, oh, okay, well, let me see here. So Gregory, for 2 weeks now, he's been doing, let's say, breath work or listening to positive reinforcement or reading. Now he's doing it for 1 hour. So 30 hours, 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, yeah, I can kind of get with that, right? The resistance is still low. It's not like a major blockage. So now you do that for about 2 weeks. And now guess what you do? You do another 30 minutes. You thought I was going to say an hour. No, 30 minutes. So now an hour, 30 minutes, you're learning every single day. And this is not interfering with your sleep time. And this is not interfering with your 9-to-5 job. You're just taking 1 hour and 30 minutes a day for 2 whole weeks to do the same thing. Thus, this helps create less of a burnout. And now you start feeling more rested. You start feeling more restored. It affects your body in a different manner because, again, our mind is connected to our body, connected to our soul. So now what happens, you keep on building that no matter what, and it becomes a lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Just like as far as with AI, when you start learning in the beginning, your subconscious mind is going to go crazy because it's going to be like, whoa, hey, we seen Terminator, we seen all these movies, and we heard what people talked about in terms of AI. Whoa, I don't think you want to do that. But just like with the example which I gave you, if you do the same thing and you learn something new every single day about artificial intelligence, along with your human intelligence, working together in unison to create that goal or that vision or project, now it becomes a lifestyle. Now you start to improve, you start to get better at artificial intelligence. Then you really take it up a notch whenever you're ready. But guess what? The burnout, the resistance that was there before with artificial intelligence, with burnout, just like you mentioned, it starts to get less and less and less and less. And you start to see the results because you're more productive, saying that your health is better, your confidence starts to improve, and the burnout gets less and less to the point where burnout, there's no burnout. And here's the crazy thing. It didn't just happen overnight. It wasn't like a big old bam, like, oh my gosh, like a light came from heaven. But it was something that you did steadily each and every single day. I hope I answered your question.
Sounds like to me the slight edge effect, where a compounding of 30 minutes every day could be the secret sauce to everything. I don't know if you know, but I'm an energy healing practitioner, and I use a program called AOScan, and it uses the hub, and it makes everything. So I just been here like geeking out to what you've been saying. It's like bum bum bum, putting all the pieces together. 30 minutes, 30 minutes. My program is 30 minutes. Definitely making new neural pathways into the brain.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that too, because that sounds like biofeedback. So I remember when you were showing me that, and I said, "Oh my goodness, man, this technology that you have, my brother." And I think you remember when we was talking about that, and I was saying the technology in which that you have that should be going out to the masses because the information that you can give by doing that, man, it would just blow your mind away. I want you guys to think about something. If you was to go to your doctor, right, and you know how they do all the different tests and scans on you and different things like that, what do you think that they're using? The same technology that this brother has. So if that's the case, I want you guys to really think about this, right? Because it's common knowledge. If he has access to something in which that doctors and practitioners have been using for years, and you don't have to go to a doctor, right? You can go to this gentleman, let him know as far as whatever presenting issue you may have. He can do that for you or walk you through. I'm not sure how the way the process works, but just to give you an example and the information that you would get back, can you imagine what it can do for you? Just think about that. I really want you guys to think about that because when you showed me that, I was like, OMG, man, that is something else.
Oh yeah.
Something else.
Like there's so many things that are out there that a lot of people are not like using, and AI is just like right at the fingertips. Like look at this, right? The product is not AI, it's actually a real product. It's two very powerful ingredients from the garden, from God's garden, that you ain't gonna find anywhere else. But with a few inputs, that's what comes up. Just like with your first name and last name and email address, everything can come up for you too, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like with AI, if we're not using it, if we're not picking up the Bible, if we're not doing anything, right? Awareness without faith, action, no action, you got to act, right?
That's correct.
So for me personally, it's all about, AI, like it didn't change the game. It exposed who's really leading and who's reacting. If somebody hit that tonight, don't ignore it. Awareness without action is wasted faith. Like manage your body, but you have to manage your business too. But you gotta manage your body first, because if you manage your business and don't got a body, then hopefully we inherited it. But
Right.
you can put us in your will if you want.
Right.
But we gotta train not only our mind, but we have to train our AI. We gotta command our tools.
Agreed. And now is definitely the time too. So look, it's a reason why so many individuals that's holding workshops and classes and summits about this, right? Especially for beginners, because it's that important. And I believe, as far as if you're serious about doing anything, I truly believe it is your responsibility to get to find out more about AI, right? How to use it the proper way. What is the benefits, right? We are in an age where saying, oh, I don't know about artificial intelligence. I don't know about AI. That's pretty much an excuse, because I'm gonna tell you something. The Gen Zs and the millennials, they eating this up, man. They are eating this up, and they are not playing, and they moving light speed ahead. So this really, in terms of artificial intelligence, it really levels the playing field in a sense. But the ones that really are able to take it to the next level are those that's willing to go into workshops, right? Go into the summits, right? Invest in someone that's very knowledgeable about AI, that's not only talking the talk, but walking the walk in a sense, and really just getting serious about this and finding out how can I work with AI together in order to help me reach my goals, right? Or to help me as far as be better as far as in my household, in my community, in my space, whatever the case may be, right? This is that year, because AI is not going anywhere. It really isn't. So,
Yeah, 100%. And I love coming on live because I think people think that my AI is live and they keep on sending me messages when I'm live. It's like, bing, 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 bing.
right,
But yeah,
right.
I'm going to definitely train my AI to start taking the messages while I'm live.
Hey, you might as well. Might as well. You just respond back to it at appropriate time. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, yeah, definitely if you are interested in learning about AI, I do have that course every Thursday. And if you do not have a business, the AI will even do the business plan. That's how simple life is. So you don't have to have a whole bunch of money. If you didn't hear the beginning of the show, I'm going to play the intro on the outro so you can hear. I only played around with this for about 3 hours and I got a hook for my new show, for my old show. Hey, and it might change next week, but please send a message to 1-855-669-2677 and let me know, should I keep the song or keep on trying? We want to know if this AI is working or not. Anything you want to leave us with, Shawn?
Yeah, you know what? I was looking at the intro and I was like, I like that, man. That was very creative, and I was feeling that too. And I was like, okay. So for me personally, I would say keep it. Me personally.
All right, I'll definitely take it, but I definitely want to bring you back, and we're going to see each other on your show. So
Absolutely.
if you guys like it, we'll say good night for now. Happy Sunday.
Indeed. Thank you, everybody. Be safe.
Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Hyman! Welcome to the Boss Health Matters podcast, where we fight soul management and higher divine management. Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health.
We're opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
Quantum Health Boss!
We're opening up the phone lines. Let's see who's on the other end.
Thank you for calling. Please hold for the next available representative.
Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! The phone lines are open, it's a call-in show. 1-855 now, boss! That's 1-855-669-267. Comma and live, boss! Quantum Health! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health Boss! Quantum Health! Awareness without action is wasted faith. The divine designed you to lead, not wait.
This is the Boss Health Matters podcast, where the body is the boardroom. The soul runs the company, and the divine is the CEO. We don't guess, we detect and correct. You're tuned into the Boss Health Matters podcast.